Yeah. We gotta rise up. Rise up. Yo. Go for broke, give everything, better yet give your all. They don't wanna see you win, nevertheless show evolve. Wanna see my demise, you can be in for a surprise. Cause the sun ain't about to set, now it's about to rise. Come hell or high water, we gotta rise up. Despite the storms of life, man, All right, what's going on, everybody? I want to welcome you to this week's episode of the Stage is Mine podcast, presented to you by WTV. I'm your host, Terran Till. This week, it is my honor and privilege to bring to the platform artist LJT Aura. How are you doing?
I am doing well. How are you?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for coming on the platform today. We'll start it off. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Let's see. So I grew up in Missoula, Montana, and just a really quiet, very low-key place. Very nice people there. Also Seattle, Washington. I grew up there as well. I grew up in a pretty musically oriented family. Like my sister, she's a singer-songwriter, and she went to college for it and still does it to this day. She was in a band and whatnot. So I learned a lot from her. And then, I don't know, I just learned how to just basically, I guess what I do is just music. I work full time as a housing specialist. I'm a single mom, so I have a 3.5-year-old. So I do a lot of things. But about me, though, is mainly my roots are from Missoula, Seattle. Always loved music growing up my whole life. I've always loved helping people. And so I was very much into the social scene, live music or just out partying, my whole teens, 20s. Recently, though, I'm sober 2 years, really focusing on being a mom and focusing on my career. And recently just started doing music again. It was really just kind of something I started a long time ago, and then I kind of let life happen. And, I wouldn't say I ever quit doing music, but it was more like I didn't really pursue it as much as I should. I was really focused on I think the alcohol really took over, like just really being able to focus on writing and singing and recording and doing everything I want to do with it. And so, but yeah, I don't know. I basically just started back into it again. That's why there's not really much out there yet. But I do have a new single dropping it's actually a week from today, April 23rd. It's called Way With Me, and I'm on it with it's a feature with King Handsome, Woe Life. He's out of Rhode Island, and so shout out to him. He's been awesome. He's really helped me a lot. And so yeah, it's kind of a cool story because it's like me kind of really coming out from under a rock, like I was really struggling for a long time, and about a year ago I really started finally coming out of like being able to really see, just be out with people again and write more, record more. I've always been working, but like as far as just being out in the community more is now my job. And so it's just, I don't know. I just feel like if someone's kind of in that same situation, like there's help available and it's okay to reach out for help. And I did, and I'm glad I did because I'm able to really use music as an outlet. Now,
what are some other memories that you have about life in Montana and Seattle?
I grew up in a really, really good family. Like, so just my family taking us, on, even if they're just road trips, but like camping or to the lake or seeing other family, like cousins and just living life normally. I don't know. Just going to the coast a lot in Seattle. Like our family would take us to just different vacation homes and things like that growing up. And we traveled up to from Montana to Seattle a lot because that's where a lot of our family was. And so just a lot of good memories with my family growing up. And to this day, like I'm really, really close with my family. So we still build those memories. And so, yeah. But yeah, just they're really different though. Montana's very a lot slower paced. You kind of just can sit back and really enjoy, life, and nature is just beautiful there. And then Seattle's kind of more fast paced and just kind of city life. So Spokane, where I'm at now, is a lot different. It's more medium paced, so it's kind of a cool, like, it's good place to raise a child. And um yeah, I don't know if you've ever been to Washington State, but it's nice up here.
Yeah, I have two friends that just moved up there, so maybe one day I get a chance to visit.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Going over your bio, I see that you started singing at the age of 12. What artists would you say when you were, your preteens kind of inspired you and got you into music?
Um, um, I was listening to a lot of different music when I was 12, but I would say anywhere from like Mariah Carey to Fiona Apple to Janet Jackson to Boys to Men to like Wu-Tang to
Mhm.
to Bone Thugs and Harmony to Eminem. I mean, I was all over the place. I don't even know if Eminem was around then, maybe, but probably not. But yeah, no, I loved hip hop, but I also loved R&B and like Alicia Keys was someone I really, so I was all over the place, honestly. I can't really name one.
Right.
Um, but I was really like into older stuff too, like
Mhm.
the Beatles and um Jimi Hendrix, and just I was just all over the place with music. I
Right.
loved all different types of music.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
here. I remember, Alanis Morissette, so many
Mhm.
artists, from that time. Aerosmith, I was into some of everything, not just hip hop, but a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
rock and different music. Also, I see that you started singing in the choir. So what were your memories about the choir and singing in church?
So I never sung in choir in church. Well, a little bit, I guess. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I did a little bit. Not like every Sunday. It'd be like for certain church related stuff, like we would
Mhm.
sing in the choir, but choir was more through high school. I was in band in middle school, but then in high school I was in choir.
Okay.
And you have to try out for certain like levels. And so I remember getting into like varsity choir as like a freshman, which was really good. And then I made like all state choir, and then I was like a backup singer for like the Chevaliers choir, which is like an elite choir. So like most of the time you were more of like a junior senior in high school when you were in the Chevaliers, but I was able to be like a backup, which was cool. I never actually really pursued it much because I was more into sports too. So it was kind of like trying to balance choir and sports. Um, and then I got really sick when I was like a sophomore in high school. So with mono, and like, I think I had like a sore throat for like 8 months or something. It was like, I don't know, it was really bad. I couldn't really eat much and I lost a lot of weight and I couldn't really like compete with the other girls that were like outgrowing me. Like,
Mhm.
they were gaining a lot of muscle weight and I was losing weight. So just sports kind of just fell out for me. Like I ended up just kind of singing instead. So, which was fine. I mean, I loved to sing too. It
Mhm.
just was, um, sports was a huge passion of mine though growing up. So that was kind of hard to let go of at the time. But
What
that's,
sports did you play?
I played basketball and I played volleyball and track.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Um,
softball too when I was like younger. But
yeah.
yeah, so just all of it. So yeah.
Oh, nice, nice. Tell us a little bit also about some of the, music singles that you have out there.
Sure. So, um, I have some singles that I wouldn't say they're really out there as much. They're on SoundCloud, but like I said, I just started kind of digitizing everything and putting it on out. I have a lot of stuff on like CDs and stuff I recorded over the years, so I'm super old school with that. But it's because I just started learning it. Um, but one is called Never Stop, and that one um I recorded I think 2007. So that was a single. And then I'm also just like featured on quite a few tracks. So one is called My Everything. That one's with Overtime. That was on their album that they released in 2007, I think 2008. And then I'm on quite a few other um just different tracks with different people. I don't know. And then the most recent one, so it's called Way With Me, and that's with King Handsome, and also Make the Call, which is with King Handsome as well. And that one's going to be dropped on May 23rd. So April 23rd is Way With Me. May 23rd is Make the Call. The reason why I picked 23 is my birthday is 0123, and 23 has always been a number in my like whole life, just with everything. And so I just picked those days. It's just easier for me. So yeah, those are the singles right now, but I'm actually gonna be dropping like I feel like one a month for the next however long, as long as I'm able to.
Nice.
I'm trying to. And it's gonna be a big kind of mix. So my next singles are gonna be more like jazz. The ones that I just mentioned are gonna be kind of more like R&B hip hop. I'm kind of linking up with another producer that I worked with back in the day. His name's Mike. Mike Day is actually his name, but he's from Seattle and he's actually in LA now. But he makes beats with instrumentals, and so they're like jazz, really more jazz beats. Those ones are going to be really good as well. And I'm actually working on one right now that is going to be the third one dropping. So these are kind of my newest ones, and not that my old stuff is nothing wrong with my older music. It's just that the newer stuff coming out is just different because it's kind of more what I'm feeling now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it changes as it goes.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. What is life like being a mom?
Well, it's a lot of work. It's nice though. I do have my son like 4 days a week, and then he's with his dad 3 days a week. So it kind of gives me that nice break that I can kind of like breathe, reset, get my house cleaned, stock up on groceries, you know what I mean? Like do everything you need to do and then kind of start over. So yeah, he's a lot of work. He's 3.5 and he's potty training right now. And he gets into everything. And
yeah.
So yeah, it's like having a second job, like yeah. So and I also work full time as well. So that's like it's just a lot. So I do music as much as I can. I try not to say it like it kind of is like a third job, I guess, because I try not to say like music's a hobby, because if I do that, then I'll just kind of push it to the back burner and, you know, work on things when I can. And I want it to be more like I need to work on things as much as I can. Yeah, and so I have a big shout out to King Handsome. Juju is his name. He knows I'm busy, but he also helps push me. And you know, just I want to get to that level of being able to do music full time if I can. Yeah, but definitely. Being that I have, you know, to pay for my own rent and my own bills and everything on my own, and I have a son to take care of, I do have to have something more as a career right now, and then you know, do music while I can on the side, and then hopefully something good happens with it and I can do this full time. I don't know. I just have to take it day by day and see what happens, and believe in myself and not give up, because it can happen where you just like are just kind of fall off like not believing in themselves, or
Mm-hmm.
because it's kind of a slow progression when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to like um
Yeah, I mean, I can relate, being an artist myself. I mean, I do a separate podcast besides this one with a friend of mine where we, go, I think we cover about 6 to 7 albums per week. And then
uh-huh.
it's about 40 singles that we go through. So there's so much music that's out. Even if you even look at films, I mean, with the new platforms is out there. So it's like content overload. So as like a creator and as an artist, it's like you got to find that niche to kind of do something different that kind of stands out because there's so much music that's out there. So I
Yeah.
can definitely relate to what you're saying. Um, you know, the purpose of this show is to inspire people and maybe definitely highlight my guests. But what would you say some things that kind of led to you being going down that road of depression and
Mhm.
anxiety?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely um so what led to the depression and anxiety?
Hmm.
A lot of things really. I mean, I went through a really bad domestic violence situation in the middle of the night. Someone like an ex of mine attacked me in the middle of the night and tried to kill me, and it was just really traumatic. And I never really like dealt with it like with therapy. I just kind of brushed it to the back burner and went along with, like, I left him obviously and got away from him, and I was safe and everything. But he threatened to kill me if I told anyone or called the police or anything. So it was just kind of one of those things where it was just kind of like I got out of this situation, but I never really dealt with it. I decided to drink instead, and cope with it and not the best way. Um, but when I met my ex, who's my son's dad, he was a really heavy drinker at the time as well. And so we just kind of, it just went hand in hand. Luckily, we kind of got our life together and before we had our son, and he's luckily, my ex is still sober as well, which is great because it's good for our son. But anyways, my journey took a little bit longer, but I just never really coped with it in the right way. So I would really encourage people to really use healthy outlets like writing or singing if you can, or um
The gym,
whatever
the
makes you
gym, or
happy.
something. Right.
Whatever makes you happy if it keeps you out of trouble.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's really what led to it. And then just not believing in myself, not having confidence, like just um I don't know, that's kind of what led to it, I guess. But
Yeah.
um I'm glad I was able to get the help I was able to get, though, and a lot of family support, and
Mhm.
I was able to, you know,
Mhm.
really take it in, like, this is my life. It's either going to be, you know, me in jail, in a psych ward, or dead, like, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna, or I'm gonna get sober. So it's like I have a few choices here, and I had to make that choice.
Mhm.
And I really wanted to be there for my son and be a good mom, and
Mhm.
be a good daughter too to my parents. They're getting older as well, and
Mhm.
they live in Montana still, but I do visit them often. They come here often, but I want to be there for them as well. And there's just a lot, I have a huge life ahead of me, and it
Mhm.
doesn't need to go downhill,
Mhm.
but it was, and I'm really, 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 really grateful that I was able to get out of it. So,
Yeah, definitely. Um, Two more quick questions for you. How would you describe your musical style?
um, I would say it's very soulful, like kind of jazz,
Mhm.
R&B, like, so it's definitely soulful. Um, yeah, I guess I'll
No,
describe it.
that's okay. That's great. Awesome.
Mhm.
And then also your upcoming track with Keen Handsome, Way With Me. Any details of what the song is about or what people can expect on that one? And also tell them where they can look for that one.
Yeah, sure. Um, so that one I wrote back in like December, and I met King Handsome through social media like around February, and we just started talking, and I wanted him to do a verse on it. So he's featured on it, but he did help me a lot with it, just like mixing it and all of that. So sometimes it's a difference between featuring someone or with somebody on a track because they do a lot, as well. A lot of my tracks are either free for profit beats, which I'll mention in there too. But otherwise, I usually do pretty even splits with people when it comes to like streaming. So everything's going to be streaming like worldwide, just on all the major platforms. So Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube. So if you just, I guess, plug in legit Aura, it's LJT and then space AURA. Also, I'm trying to think. Sorry, I don't have this prepared, but
you're fine.
well, I was gonna try to find my Instagram. I think it's sorry, let me find it really quick. I always forget on here exactly. Give me just a second.
Sure.
Yeah, it's LEJIT0123. That's my Instagram handle. Okay. Sorry, it's LEJIT 0123.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I definitely look forward to the single that you have coming out, and we'll be looking out for that. I do this every show. I'm gonna throw some rapid fire questions at you, and you just answer to the best of your capability and the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Hot or cold?
I'm sorry, what?
Hot or cold?
Oh, like how do I like it? Like temperature wise?
Right.
Cold. No. Well, I would say hot probably.
Hot, okay. Favorite actor?
Denzel Washington.
Oh, okay. Favorite actress?
Julia Roberts.
Okay. You have a favorite TV show right now that you're watching?
Not really. I don't really honestly watch a lot of TV. I don't have a lot of time, but I do watch like I like true crime a lot, like Dateline and stuff like that.
Okay.
If I have the time, I'll watch stuff like that. But yeah.
Favorite movie?
I like Step Brothers a lot.
Okay. Who's your favorite artist?
Comedy is like my thing. Favorite artist. I would say Alicia Keys.
Okay. Favorite food?
Cereal.
Okay. Which one?
I like Cheerios.
Cereal. Okay. Okay.
But if you're gonna get like fancy food, I like Italian, like a lot.
Italian. Okay. Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey?
Whitney Houston.
Okay. You got to get this one right, or I got to cut the show off. I'm just joking. Prince or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Prince,
Sorry.
I really love though too.
Sorry, Prince. That's my guy right
I
there.
I know. I love Prince, honestly. It's just Michael Jackson is I just know more of, like, I just more kind of in my generation, but I don't know.
Sure. Burgers or tacos?
Tacos.
Favorite places to travel?
Hawaii.
Oh, wow. Nice. Never been.
So beautiful.
Best thing about being a mom?
Just watching like my son's eyes light up just with everything, just like watching, just making him happy.
Two more for you. You're stuck on the island for a year. What 3 movies and what 3 albums are you taking with you?
I would take probably like a Fiona Apple album. It's Win the Pawn. I would take, I don't know the names of albums. I'm really bad. I'd probably take like a Mariah Carey album and an Alicia Keys album.
Okay.
I don't know, I would take a lot of albums actually. I'd probably change that up. Anyways, movies. I'm big into comedies. So Step Brothers, I would take Grandma's Boy is hilarious. I don't even know right now. Sorry, I can't think. I would take probably like all Family Guy, like all their DVDs, like
Yeah.
it's a show, but you know what I mean.
Okay. And then lastly, my name is Legit Aura, and I am
Very grateful.
nice. Hey, I really enjoyed interviewing you, letting the audience get to learn a little bit more about your journey and story, and as well as your music as well. Give everybody your social medias as well, and where they can look for your music.
Yeah, sorry, I was doing that earlier. So legit is LEJIT0123. That is my Instagram handle. You can also find me on Facebook, LJT and then Aura. It's LJT and then space AURA. Same with on TikTok. Sorry, I don't know what that one is, but just same thing, just look up Legit Aura. And then yeah, my singles are dropping on YouTube as well. Everything's dropping on April 23rd. That's my first single. And then May 23rd is my second single. So yeah.
Awesome.
I'm excited. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I look forward to checking it out, and we'll definitely, highlight it on our end as well. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really enjoyed talking to you. And thank all of you for tuning in to this week's episode. We'll see you next time. Take care.
All right. Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for their support, those of you that have been watching all of our podcasts. If you're interested in donating to the Stage is Mine podcast, you can send that two ways, via PayPal or Cash App. Our Cash App is Terry from the A, and our PayPal is EETV101. Support this machine today to help us continue to do what we're doing. Also, if you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the Stage is Mine podcast, email me today at EETV@yahoo.com or call 334-498-5394. Thank you very much. I want to thank you for tuning in to today's program. Be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell for all things pertaining to the Stage is Mine podcast. Until next time, take care. Broke, give everything, better yet, give your all. They don't want to see you win, nevertheless, show evolve. Want to see my demise, you can be in for a surprise, cause the sun ain't about to set.